they be losers. You will tell them to work out, look good, keep up with yourself, and they take it as a personal attack. And
you are the loser that cannot communicate. You are the loser that wants to blame all of your issues on mental health issues, but never actually fixes the problem.
Women are socialized to be losers.
Just the fact that you are doing better than them. It's the fact that they do not want to do better for themselves.
You have women who make man-hating content. Just because you can't find a man that you want, that wants you back, and all the ones you date are bums, does not make all men losers.
You shouldn't call women losers because women are right now driving society.
A man really just got on this app and said we don't call women losers enough. And I couldn't agree more. So I made a list. Coming in at number 1, we have women who make man-hating content. Just because you can't find a man that you want, that wants you back, and all the ones you date are bums, does not make all men losers. You're the loser because you can't get what you want. Right behind that at number 2, we have women who make de-center men content. They are literally the center of your content. If they didn't exist, neither would your platform. And lastly, for the girlies that actually post, are the ones that make first date content. It's in the same vein, it's all really ridiculous, and you're never going to find a man that is going to take you seriously because all of them are going to see your social media and run, as they should. Number 4, we have women who have no hobbies outside of social media. The girls that come home from work and they scroll on their phones, eat some dinner, scroll on their phones some more, and go to bed. Loser. Number 5, we have women who genuinely try to imitate or idolize female rappers. You are not a Barb, you're 30. Number 6, women who make jokes about men's mental health. I'm sorry you don't have any men in your life that you genuinely care about or that care about you. That's sad. Seek therapy, not projecting to other people on the internet. We are not in this. You have trauma. Deal with that. Number 7, we have women with 2 or more baby daddies. I will not be elaborating on that. I think it speaks for itself. Last but not least, we have women that would choose the bear. Did y'all not see that girl get her butt whooped by that deer? That's what y'all would look like, but 10 times worse, and I feel sorry for you. Final disclaimer, I am an equal opportunist, so I can make the same list for men, but this one's for you ladies. Love you. Not really.
A lot of ladies, this is their backbone. Now, you have to think about that backbone, right? Isn't it most of the market out there? You have a few good ladies left that are regular humans, right? I knew a lot of regular humans when I was back in the US, but it seems like it's so far in between. But what's happening is modern women, also modern men who complain too much. Your time has come. Ladies are separating themselves because they have to. Because if they don't separate themselves, men won't know who's who. And it's come time for accountability. That time has come.
Part 2. Most women are losers. And to an extent, I kind of agree.
Couldn't agree more.
And then, this is part 2. Let's talk about the fact that we're expected to be perfect and have it all together all the time. But heaven forbid we have a moment of vulnerability and need a break. Loser vibes, I know. But yeah, let's keep calling women losers of society for being the strongest, most resilient people you'll ever meet. I'm just saying, I do agree that most women are losers, like the things these people are saying. They're selfish, they're catty, they're jealous. But a lot of these things come from patriarchy. So until we acknowledge the bigger issue, we shouldn't call women losers because women are right now driving society. Oh, wait, in the Black community. In other communities, the men still reign good and they still protect and provide. And I feel like this conversation of most women being losers is aimed and targeted at a lot of Black women who are the most educated. So I don't know. Do you think all women are losers?
That's the problem. You see what she just said? That's the problem. Who are the most educated? Who are the most, right now, currently receiving the most wage garnishments? You ladies are struggling. Tell the truth. I bet you if you ask that lady how much she makes per year, 40,000, 50,000, maybe she's born. Maybe she got lucky. But you don't see the issue. You don't see the issue that most of these ladies that are doing this are struggling. And a lot of men that went to trades and went to trade school, they're actually thriving, right? When you need a plumber or someone to fix your car, anything like that, any one of these trades, that's men. When it comes down to society is far behind, men will drive it like always, right? Fixing the power lines, fixing cars, so many other things. The engineers. I'm not saying there's no lady engineers, but these are fields men dominate in. And look, this is loser mentality, what she just did.
A lot of women are losers, and I want to talk about it. A lot of y'all feel like men should provide for you guys and should upgrade your lifestyles, but you have nothing in return to give to him. Therefore, that makes you a loser. And you always are so quick to call men losers if they live at home with their mom or if they don't have a job. You'll label them a loser very quickly, but a lot of y'all be baby mamas living off the government, don't have, like I said, nothing to offer anyone. You can't even look at yourself in the mirror and be accountable, then have the nerve to call someone else a loser. Yeah, loser. And the amount of women that encourage bad behavior, negativity, and the catty-like behavior, yeah, loser mentality. And the thing about losers, they want to make other people losers. So this is why you see them being so miserable and trying to make other women miserable. And women lie to each other, and instead of telling each other the truth, they would just rather normalize bad behavior. It's disgusting. And a lot of women make horrible decisions. They live with no discipline. They don't care how they carry themselves, and they just project all of their negative energy back onto men. It's the patriarchy. Not to mention, a lot of you guys are complaining about the very men that you raise. You don't want to date the men that you raise. And why is that? Is it because a lot of you guys don't even want to be mothers? And y'all complain about all of the things that make women beautiful, that make women unique. You guys hate that about yourselves and still find a way to blame it on men.
Somebody saying that a lot of women are losers. And I'm sorry, as much as I love women, a lot of you are losers. A lot of you have this thing where it's like you don't want to see other women doing as good as you, sometimes even worse, better than you. And
I'm gonna take this a step further and say that it's not just the fact that you are doing better than them. It's the fact that they do not want to do better for themselves. And the fact that not only are you doing better for themselves, but you went out of your way to accomplish something that they are truly bothered. Because now they have to look themselves in the mirror and ask themselves why it is that they don't want to try harder in life. And now, instead of them being the problem, right, you're the problem, because they refuse to go inward and deal with the problem of themselves. This is the root cause of most jealousy, right? It's not just that they don't want to see you do better. It's the fact that they have to live with the fact that they can't do better for themselves, or at least they won't attempt to. To see you go out here and try to thrive where they have never tried in their life, it causes a death of personal identity, personal power, right? They don't have personal power and they don't understand why you do. Most people are not trying to do anything. Most people are letting life just take them by, just coasting by, right? Most people don't have deep dreams. They just want to get money, live comfortably, right? But the fact that you can strive for more, the fact that you want more in life makes it seem like you're the problem. They want to know why you can't be content like they are. Why can't you just enjoy the point in life you are like they are? And that, instead of looking at themselves and asking themselves why they don't want more, they want to understand, why do you think you deserve more, that you deserve to live better than they do? It's cognitive dissonance.
It's that crab in the barrel mentality, right? I can't lie. I remember I was hanging with the wrong crowd and I saw things. I was 10 steps ahead of everything, always in my life. I always saw the bigger picture. I always saw the way out. And even now, people I talk to, even now, they don't think how I do. They don't see 10 things that need to be fixed. They don't see how to fix things. And I realize I have a certain skill, right? But that's not just ladies, that's men as well, but more ladies than men. I'll be honest. And that's one of the reasons why I left the West too. It's not because of it wasn't just the ladies. I had no problem getting ladies. I did want to get married, so I had to leave because of that, but also the mindset, right? That matrix mindset. Being in a matrix, I show guys how doing what I do is completely freeing yourself from the matrix. And the way God works things out, it worked out to where I have so many systems now that I can teach guys. And like, even what I teach guys how to do, even when I teach guys how to do their tasks correctly, how to do certain things that their leads know, right? I'm now teaching that for only $25. I show guys how to do the taxes the right way. I show guys why it makes sense to live in other countries, how to pretty much get away without paying taxes at all. Contact me to find out more. Link in the description.
Hey my girls, so I'm on my evening walk and then a thought just hits me. Oh my god, women have been socialized to be losers. I don't know if you guys are keeping up with this Summer Walker saga where she's basically begging this guy, Rich the Kid, to she's begging to be his side piece, and she's like, I don't care, you can save me under Pizza Hut. And she's basically like saying that the reason why she wants to be his side piece is because he's a rich guy and he pays her bills. I'm like, but you are Summer Walker. Don't you have money? Women are socialized to be losers in the sense that Summer Walker does not want to use her brains to automate her bills and have to do the admin of paying her own bills. She said, I wanted a Porsche and I wanted a condo and I just thought this nigga would buy it. And I'm thinking, you could just do that yourself. You have money. You could just buy yourself anything that you want. Why would you want to be a side chick to this Rich the Kid because he has money when you have your own money? Because women are socialized to be losers. I don't know if you guys have been keeping up with this Danish Deception series where this woman, she got swindled by this guy from Denmark, and this guy paid for one trip only to Monaco. She's a black woman. And then after that, they kept going on trips. And she kept paying for the trips. And the guy kept saying, I'm going to give you the money. I'm going to give you the money. I'm thinking, why would you ever be impressed by a guy flying you out to Monaco when you could fly yourself to Croatia? You could fly yourself to all these different places. It's because she was too lazy to make the traveling plans by herself. She waited for a man to say, let's go to Panama. Let's go to Portugal. Let's go here. But this whole time she had the money. She could have just paid for, oh my God. Women are socialized to be losers. Now, women have gotten to the point where they are too lazy to make their own plans. She was like, oh my God, he suggested that we go to Panama. It was so romantic. Girl, you were paying for it. Hold on, y'all. I'm vexed. Because what? If you could do that for yourself, why wouldn't you want to do that? Is it like a validation thing where, oh my God, a man suggested, so it's much more romantic? You're going to wait your whole life, you're going to wait to live your life until a man says, yes, now you can live. Are you kidding me? Girls, we need to wake up. We need to wake up, because what do you mean Summer Walker is begging this Rich the Kid? Nyan? Begging Rich the Kid to save her as Pizza Hut, guys. Save her as Pizza Hut so that the baby mama that he's with does not see. She's begging him. I just want to be your side chick. Begging! Ladies, I'm afraid we are losing the plot. I'm afraid we are losing the plot, and we need to re-socialize ourselves to be winners, y'all. Because it's such a loser mindset to think that the only time you can start living your life is when a man comes into it. The only time when, the bills hit different is when a man pays for it. Do you know how nice it feels to pay for your own bills, girl? Do you know how humiliating it is to have to depend on someone to do that for you? You have to constantly beg them, and it's so much work. It's emotionally taxing and mentally taxing. If you have the money to do it, why wouldn't you? I mean, seriously. Anyway, girls, we need to re-socialize ourselves, okay? You are not helpless. You're not a damsel in distress. You are not masculine when you want to pay for your own bills. All this masculine, feminine talk, it's a slippery slope, y'all. It's a slippery slope. It's dangerous, actually, because you are giving away your own autonomy. Like back then they took our rights, y'all. We didn't have rights. Now you're giving them away. Are you kidding me? Please.
That's what she's speaking of is what feminism is really supposed to be about, right? They've made it to where, yeah, we do. You know, I look at a casting. I see people reacting to a casting. And you know why that's important? Because the man had a nerve to talk about what Fresh and Fit is doing. And the man can't control his own wife. And what she's speaking of what feminism is supposed to really be about, right? About women getting ahead. But what happens is ladies nowadays take, okay, I'm getting ahead and I'm still going to use that man. That's what she's speaking of. And that's what's not right. That's that loser mindset that a lot of you ladies need to fix, right? It's a problem.
Say all the time that, like, I remember when there was a time where it was actually frowned upon to have a child out of wedlock. Now it's heavily enthused. Like, it's so weird.
It ain't no fun when the rabbit got the gun, is it? The loser in you bitches be so loud. I just want y'all to know, it be so loud.
Yeah, so just two things that I want to say really quick. At a certain point or a certain age, if you're still in situationships, you're just a loser. If you are still like in your healing girl era and basically in your hoe phase, you're a loser. At some point, you have to grow the hell up. If you are in several relationships where every single man that is your ex was abusive, then you are the problem. It's not the other way around. It can't always be the men are problems, because at a certain age, you are a loser. You are the loser that cannot communicate. You are the loser that wants to blame all of your issues on mental health issues, but never actually fixes the problem, because your go-to is TikTok diagnosis that make you feel like you're, mentally ill, and that's your excuse for everything, rather than like actually owning your shit. Because let's just put this into perspective. If you met a man that was like way older than you and he was still a boy, right? Y'all would be calling him a loser, right? So why is that not the same concept for women who engage in, rosters, situationships? You can't settle down. You get on social media. You bash every single guy you've ever been with. You don't know like any kind of etiquette when it comes to dating, because it's always a man's fault. That makes you a loser, especially at a certain age. I said what I said. Okay, bye.
Yeah, but she's right though, right? And you know what? I love that the ladies are bringing shame back as well. It's needed. In order for things to go back to the way it was, ladies had to be partakers and bringing back shame to other ladies. Also, we got to bring back shame to men too. But I want to say this, right? The reason why it's so hard on you ladies is because that's the main problem. Let me tell you, let me speak for a second. Think about people like the sprinkles of the world, right? Straight loser. Teaching these ladies hoe tactics is criminal, right? A lady got unalived following those tactics. Like seriously, people should be striking against her. No more sprinkle. People like that, right? All those people that make that kind of content. No more. We won't go. Oh no, we won't go. You can't make content no more. Oh no, we won't go. You can't make content no more. Grow up. What are you, older than me? I'm 44. Sprinkles, maybe she's younger, but she's up there. She's not young anymore. She's no spring chicken. A lot of these ladies that teach this content aren't spring chickens. They're preaching and teaching content that worked 20 years ago. Back when there were good men. Those times, that time is over. Nowadays, modern woman, doing that is staying modern. Your time has come. This is long overdue. The ladies are finally calling you out. And when you got ladies calling other ladies out in mass, change is going to start happening. You know what's going to start happening? Younger girls are going to grow up. See, I hope so. This is what I hope, right? Because kids, they are on social media. I hope younger kids grow up watching these things. I know the boys are. And you know what's happening? The guys that's turning into men understands how to raise their children, right? The men have to teach the future men how to be a man. People, oh, this is misogyny. No, it's not. This is a lesson. Because while Sprinkle Sprinkle is teaching feminism, I'm teaching the God way. And that's what men are doing on the internet. Seriously. We're trying to bring it back to a natural order. These ladies are trying to establish a natural order. If the natural order is not established, the society crumbles.
Bro, good-looking women can be losers too. I'm tired of people not touching on this subject. Think of the lamest dude you know, right? He's probably just sitting at home, doom scrolling, gooning all the time, not doing. He's literally allergic to sunlight. There are good-looking women, believe it or not, that are exactly like that too, but we are not calling them losers. We're so quick to do that to the dudes, we forget about the same women who do the same exact thing, bro. The same energy has to be applied. And on the off chance somebody says, no, we can't do that same thing with women because they're women. I mean, that's not how society values them. Bro, that's sexist. You keep the same energy for everybody, okay? If you're a loser, you're a loser. No matter if you're a man, woman, or a fucking toaster strudel, all right? I remember I thought this joan ghosted me. And then she texted me the next day saying good morning, but it was 3 p.m. I was like, yo, what do you mean good morning? She said, I would sleep all day. And usually I wouldn't fall for some shit, right? I wouldn't. But it wasn't until I was with her, right? And I mean, I got up earlier than her after we spent the night. So the night before, she said, just leave. Just like, you can just leave whenever you wake up. She sleeps in a lot. Bro, she texted me that same day, probably around like 4:30. I left around like 11. Dude, she was just dead ass sleeping. No job, no ambition. Dude, it's bad. That shit got cut off. Women can be lame too. Women can be losers too. Keep the same energy that you got for dudes for women, and vice versa.
He's right. He's right. And there are a lot of ladies that are losers. You know, I think about all the ladies making videos saying, yeah, I never left my mama's house. Like, if that was a man, you already know he would never hear the end of it. Right? But it happens though. And they're not held accountable. We got to change that up.
A lot of women are losers. They be losers. You will tell them to work out, look good, keep up with yourself. And they take it as a personal attack, and it shouldn't be that way. They can't take constructive criticism at all. At all. They take it as a personal attack. And don't let you be somebody that look good. Oh, Lord, they in the uproar. Take care of yourself, for you won't become a hater. A lot of y'all don't want to take the time to look good or do better, so y'all project onto a woman that actually wants to look good. And it's sad.
Everybody talking about how you hate women, why don't you like women? I'm like, that's full bullshit. I love women. I'm a woman. What I don't like is women who act stupid. But y'all already know this, so let me tell you what I like about a woman, okay? I like when a woman is actually self-aware, when she knows she's wrong and she's not afraid to admit it, because that's rare. That's fucking rare. Okay, I like when a woman is actually cheering on for another woman and not trying to steal her husband. Not her all the time. Not jealous of her. She got her own going on. You know what I'm talking about? Like, this is rare. Oh, but men act like this. Yeah, and those type of men were raised by these fucking. Let's get it straight now. That's the problem. I don't hate women. I just don't like how a lot of women act. And I'm always going to call them out for this.
Her father and her brothers had a big part to play in her life. But no, 10% agree. I do.
So we're calling women losers now. Let's think about this for a second. A woman that is sharing her first date stories or talking about the things that she's worried about as she's transitioning from her 20s to her 30s, and some of them in their 40s, is someone who is vulnerable, someone who is courageous, and someone who understands that the landscape of partnership and family and community building has changed. You may not agree with it, but it resonates with people for a fucking reason. A woman who desires to have love in her life is one that understands that when you have love in your life, your capacity for life increases. So there's no shame in wanting partnership and being open about that, regardless of how successful you are. Female rappers are fucking inspiring because they make money, because they speak a truth, they speak their truth, whether you agree with it or not, and they do so unpunishably, and that is why they are triggering to you. The only loser behavior are blanketly calling women losers with no context as to who they are as people. And frankly, you can sit here and tell somebody, go to therapy, but you are not a therapist. And there are so many different modalities for personal growth, and thou that has not sinned, cast the first stone. But to sit here and tell someone you need therapy when you don't understand what regulation and alignment looks like for them, well, frankly, that's loser behavior as well. I think accountability is one thing. Accountability comes with genuine criticism, which comes from someone who loves you, which comes from someone who has your best interests at heart. And even that can lead to bad outcomes. You've got to let people take their own journey and make their own path. But getting on the internet and judging people, that does not make sense to me. Share your opinion, have the conversation, maybe even tell a story, but listing off all the things that you hate about yourself, that might be loser behavior as well.
And this is coming from the lady who speaks like this because I think I'm a loser with my septum ring nose piercing. I'm smart because I grew up in the suburbs and I still live with my mom because times are hard. Stop it. Stop trying to be inclusive. A lot of you ladies are losers, and you may be one of them.
Real talk.
How about that?
The Iceman is coming!
Winter is here.